Yo, yo, yo.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
How's life? How's life?
Life is good, my brother.
Hey, I see you. Did apple juice over there this morning. Shoot.
You know, I on some apple juice this morning. Know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what's up, man.
So what's good today, my brother? What you got for us today?
Shoot, I got my buddy from the military, man. He's joining us as a guest. Sergeant First Class Knox.
Oh, you
He'll
talking
be
about
joining
Sign
us.
Knox?
Yeah, he'll be joining us this morning.
You know, Sign Knox. We share a life and death experience together in Afghanistan.
Oh, for
You,
real?
you don't tell me you don't remember. You remember when I was refueling the aircraft
Uh-huh.
and that fucking thing pop up and the fuel was everywhere and we had to fucking emergency like shut the aircraft down and all that bullshit, bro. That was something nice with my fire guard, man. I thought I was gonna die that day.
Oh man, hey, you made
Bro,
it, man. You
where
made
is
it.
Sergeant Knox? Bring him on, man. Let's go. Let's get Sergeant
Hey,
Knox on
let's get him on here. Let's get him on here. Let's get him on here. Bring him onto the stage. Oh, Frank
I'm
Knox.
in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in.
You
So,
man.
here.
hey, everybody.
Sergeant Knox,
Uh,
Sergeant Knox.
thanks for the invite, by the way.
Man, it seems
Hey,
like I ain't
So,
talked to
how's
you
your morning?
almost,
How's your
almost 10
morning?
morning. Hey, morning is good. Actually, we in plan mode for my wife's birthday. Trying to do something big for her in Boston this year during Thanksgiving. But
Oh, oh,
I thought this was gonna happen a little later, so I thought I had a little time for the gym. But
yeah. I gave you a good time
yeah,
range.
hold on.
Oh man. I-
All right, hey. So, but I just heard about our little life and death situation in good old Afghanistan. Kali, I could never forget that ever.
No,
Hey. But you did your thing though, and you still here. You
I
still
know,
here.
man. I know. I'm telling you, it was scary, bro.
I
Wait,
yeah.
boy, where were you? You were on the
I was on,
fob?
no, I was on leave. I think I was on leave.
Nah, you only for all the bad shit.
Yeah, no, no. Hey, I would have took 2 leaves if I could. You know me. I would have if
Oh
I
yeah.
could have got 2 of
I knew when you want to
them.
leave, you didn't want to come back. I know that.
I don't
Yeah,
think I don't think any of us wanted to come back. Like, be honest.
I missed the flight. I missed that first flight. I was with my I was with my now wife, and we were just talking at that time. I was like, you know
Yeah.
what, forget that, man. I ain't going back. And she was like, what? You crazy? I was like, man, I'll be so depressed over there, man. I'm happy now. Money. I guess, but yeah, man. I took the second flight though. That first
Yeah.
flight, I ain't get on it.
Yeah,
But
I did the uh-huh.
sorry, Knox. I want to say thanks for coming on, and actually, we invite you here today so you can kind of tell everybody your story a little bit, like your full name, your rank, if you're still active duty or you retired, and why did you join the army?
All right. So Sergeant First Class Frank Knox. Uh Still active. Actually got my feelings hurt last night around actually this morning around 1 this morning. I'm thinking October come, my number about to be called, but unfortunately it wasn't my time.
Hmm.
Uh but yeah, still active, still going strong. I'm actually working for the Defense Logistics Agency right now, kind of using that opportunity to transition into a civilian opportunity later on after retirement. So yeah, even and for I don't know if there's veterans or active duty personnel listening right now. Hey, there's plenty of opportunity outside the military. I say do what you can while in, enjoy your time. Like I said, when it's your time, it's your time. Start thinking about that future because everybody has to leave one day, and that's kind of where my mode is right now. So yeah, why I joined the army. Listen, I'll tell you the whole stuff. Like, I don't want to waste so much time, but I'm gonna just give you the gist of it. I was
Yeah.
sitting in school suspension. The recruiter came in there. We had a conversation about uniform violations. It's like deep. Okay, I left school that day. Got home. My sister came to me. Frank, hey, I'm going to see the recruiter today. You want to come? Like, I ain't doing nothing. Why not? I show up. We get to the office. He gives my sister the spill. And then this dude literally, and I'm going to try to motion it. He literally like moves his paperwork aside like this. And then he goes direct like this. He's talking to my sister like this. And he directly reverts to me like, hey, what about you? And long story short, he stole me, man. So here
It
I
was
am.
that.
It was a
Wow.
wrap, man. But you got to look at, I think, coming from the recruiter, being a recruiter myself at one point, and seeing how you can tailor your story and just the Army in general to a person, and kind of give them a vision and some insight of how, hey, this is your life today. This is what it could be tomorrow, and this is what it could be in the future. I think that part is what kind of at least made me successful the first 2 years of my recruiting career. But yeah, I just looked at individuals in my family that actually were military, and I give you my uncle is like my biggest inspiration as far as this military lifestyle or whatnot. He's kind of the patriarch. That's who everybody runs to for advice, a lot of times for money, but he always had it to give, and he never like he took on that role for the family, and he never, you know what I mean, he never budged, never got mad, never had an issue with it. He accepted his position, and that's what it was. So I'm kind of trying to like carry on in his footsteps a little bit, uh maybe do it a little different, but yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's what kind of made me join the military.
Outstanding story. Like I said, I was telling boy before we got on here, our experience in Afghanistan. You know, some of us coming as a private, we look out to you guys that are NCOs, and you guys led us well, took us down range, and brought us back home safe. So yeah, props are to you. Props are to your recruiter for bringing you in, because people like you are the ones that actually really keep the army going. So you continue to instate those leadership in soldiers that fall under you.
I appreciate that. I would say you two, y'all made my time in Afghanistan entertaining. I would say, you know what I mean, with Boyd in the gym and our competition, and
Oh my
Kali,
goodness.
and I listen. And I'm standing on the standpoint of once a supervisor, to now a peer. Like, bro, I'm extra proud of what you've been able to do and accomplish in a short time. Like, hey, amazing, man. Very
Right.
deserving. Very deserving.
Mhm.
I hope
Yeah, like
you.
I said.
I don't know what your plan is. I hope you keep it going, man. But
By
yeah,
the way,
hey,
I'm back in recruiting. By the way,
you back in recruiting,
yes, I am.
like
Look, hold
forever,
on, look,
forever.
look, I'm in the arc right now.
Uh, oh, so you a trainer, you an instructor?
Oh no, I'm going back to being a recruiter.
Hey,
So
listen. Hey, kudos to you. It wasn't for me. Obviously, you had success and you enjoyed it. Hey, good luck to you, bro.
so
It's hard
me,
in the streets.
I tell everybody, everybody got the strength in so many different areas. And when I came back to regular army, I did it for I've been here for like 2 going on 3 years, and I was like, you know what? I really did like recruiting. So I decided to pull the trigger and go back, and I would be stationed in Minneapolis, so I'll be in Minnesota. So if you guys know anybody trying to join the army, call me first.
So I don't know anybody out there trying to join, but I do know a recruiter that's a good friend of mine. That's I'm not sure if he's still in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but I can find out. Man, he was a guidance counselor last time I checked out there. But yeah. If anything, I can put you in touch with him, man. If you need it, if you want it,
Definitely,
you know what I mean. So
definitely, yeah. I need
yeah.
all the contact I can get. Because I heard Minnesota is a tough market, but we do our thing now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, man. Hey, every market is tough. You just gotta find your niche.
Do that.
Hey man, even I think what we missed out on in recruiting is the opportunity to build markets, right? We're so for like, hey, we gotta find a body right now. We need it right now. And that's all fine and dandy. But when you think long term, you leave those new recruiters coming in struggling because you never built up the market, right? And that's not necessarily just prospecting. That's interacting. That's posting. You know what I mean? Getting in the community, and I think we missed out on that a lot, especially in my area.
I mean, when I was in Georgia, I think that was like what you said. That was one of the thing that made me, what to say, in my station successful because when I came initially, there I had a what is a funnel that just kept trickling down because you building that relationship with these civilians not turning to soldiers, that the respect they have for you, and way you wish you conduct your interview, the way you treat them, the way you cater to what they need instead of
Mhm.
what I want as a recruiter. Oh, I need a body. No, you treat them like a person, not like a
Right.
number. So you
Right.
will always have them referring because I can tell you that if I put one person in, 99% of the time they will refer somebody to me. Yeah. So
Yeah. I mean, my last year in recruiting was pretty much referrals. I worked, but like every person I was really getting to join, they were referrals. Like, sorry not to take care of you, and I did.
yeah.
So, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. Like taking this, like I took a kid, Reginald Calise, I'll never forget his name. I chased that kid for 3 months straight. You want to join? You don't want to join. You want to join? You don't want to join. I literally went to his high school principal, vice principal, very good guy. He walked me to this kid's class, then asked him like, "Hey, what you want to do?" And stood there in front of, "Hey, sorry, Knox, I'm trying to do it." And I got that kid. I flipped him from reserve to active. We got him. He scored. I think it was like a 70 something on the ASVAB. We got him. What is it? 68 kilo, the lab tech or whatever.
Yep.
And he left high school and went there. 2 years later, he's sitting in college in Boston on ROT like OCS type deal because he had
Yeah.
already earned an associate with that MOS, and he turned in his green to go. They sent him to Boston. He was working in a lab in Massachusetts and was going to college, right, for OCS and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I showed that kid another opportunity, another option because all now, mind you, Long Island, New York, yeah, it's wealthy in certain areas, but they have their little ins and out spots like Westbury, New York, where I was recruiting him out of. You got to remember, this is not the affluent area, right?
Yeah.
And so, if it was a hood on Long Island in the Norfolk or Nassau County, it would be Woodbury.
Mm.
So, or Westbury, excuse me. But that kid had a track scholarship, athlete in high school. You could tell he was intelligent. He might have not applied himself as well in high school, but you could tell he was intelligent. His mom, dad, Haitians. He's first generation like American. Him, his sister and brother. You know what I mean? I got his sister in one ear saying, "Don't do it." I got his brother saying, "Hey, he old and he can make his own choices." Father's like same thing. The mothers don't take my baby. Like y'all remember Anton, right?
Yeah.
And I called Anton. I was at the family's kitchen table. I called Anton like, "Hey, bro, I need you to talk to these folks."
Yeah.
Anton hit him with that Haitian pat, whatever it was, and I was like, he's sold, parents sold. I was like, take care, and I took care of that kid, man. Took care of that kid.
Yeah, but those are the things that we've done as recruiters, and not even just recruiters, but just NCOs in the United States Army,
Mhm,
changing lives. Is
mhm.
you change the civilian life to become a soldier, and he probably would never done this if he never met you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Absolutely,
impact, yeah, definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's good stuff, you guys. Good
So you
stuff.
had a question for him, boy, right? Did you not have a question?
Yeah. I just want to ask them, like, since you've been in the military, how were you able to manage like your family life in the military?
So, and I'm gonna be strictly up and honest, man. My experience, family wise, has not been great. Right, there's been sacrifices that have been made. Right, and it's good and bad with that. Right, so like case in point, like you guys met me in Fort Bragg, married to my wife. Before we deployed, my son just turned 1. and my daughter was on the way, right? And when I got the brag in July, I'm thinking I'm gonna get this time with my spouse. Now, my spouse at the time is German, right? So foreign international, whatever. So she's coming to the States for the first time, and she's doing this all by herself. I'm thinking when I get the brag, like, hey, my wife is so many months pregnant. Hey, you guys gonna give me some time to situate her and make sure we good that way. Oh no, Brad was like, nah, you deploying main body, buddy. And 2 months later, my wife was there, got there. She got there at the end of July, and we left September. And yeah, uh, I think that deployment put a strain on that relationship from jump. Right. First of all, I'm a young guy. I think I was 26 at the time. Young, 26-year-old, new family, 2 babies, really. And I'm at Bragg, and I'm only complete this for the listeners out there. I'm being as honest and transparent as I can because I don't want to sell you a story. But for me, my experience was this. I got to Bragg, wasn't very impressed with Bragg at all. Like the infrastructure or whatever outside of I just wasn't, it wasn't, to me, it wasn't family oriented. For everybody else, whatever experience, good kudos to y'all. But for me, it wasn't family oriented. And I think all that with the deployment time that we left, that put a strain on my marriage at the time. And I remember I went to recruiting school. I moved my wife and my kids down to my father in South Carolina because we were struggling. Like, this is a 1 income household. I got 2 babies. I'm paying for everything. This is no knock on her at all. It's just, this is what the situation was.
Yeah.
So with all this stress and still going to work, PT, doing everything, the missions and all that stuff, I made it happen. So it to me is dependent on upon the individual, how you gonna react and how you gonna adapt and handle things. Unfortunately, I had to make certain sacrifices that hurt my family life. Right. The recruiting was a blessing when I got to leave and whatnot and got involved. Got to New York. I got to financially got stable. Right. Everything was working, but the family life just it had already been strained. It had already been torn apart, man. Tried to work it, but it didn't work out. But I'll say this, me, and like I said, depends on the individual. Me, because I am loyal, I am honest, I am responsible, I'm always gonna make sure my kids are good, regardless. Regardless of the situation, that's my priority, right? It just so happens that the military was my bread and butter. That's how I put food on the table. That's how I was able to take care of them. So even though everything fell apart and people blame the military, I don't blame the military. I don't, right? Because like I said, at the end of the day, that was my bread and butter. My kids are eating, they're healthy today, right? They ain't struggling partly because of the military, right?
Yeah.
So I'll never blame the military from that aspect. As far as a strain, yes, let's be honest. It's always going to be a strain with deployments, with taking care of soldiers, right? That's all part of being a leader, and you got to balance that with your family life. All right, some do it better than others, and some struggle. That's just the truth.
I'm honest, I'm almost say similar to you, but when being a foreigner, came to this country, joined the army in 2010, went a basic training September, graduated, went AIT, and I show up to Fort Bragg, 182, 82nd Airborne Division, Combat Aviation Brigade. But as soon as they received me, first news I got was, you're going down range. I'm like, God damn it. I said, what kind of decision did I make? But at the end of the day, I realized that I signed up for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I signed up for the army, that was a possibility. And I took that possibility and I took the opportunity and I went down and I met you guys. And it was 12 months. I wouldn't say it was all roses and wine, but there were some tough days. Some days that you miss your family, you wish you were not there, but you were making those sacrifices, like you said, for your family in the long run. Because how many years you got in now?
Bro, I hit 20 in July.
So you ready about to retire. You about to hit that retirement, get out the army, and live your civilian life, right? But if you
Yeah,
had
my
got
wife.
out Yeah, if you had gotten out with all the stress that was happening, you would have never
Yeah.
made it to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
no. You gotta consider that as well. Like at that time, like I said, if I had decided to get out and I say, okay, I'm gonna get out because my family life is struggling, and people do that, and I respect that. My only thing is, like I tell everybody that's transitioning out, is just have a plan. And unfortunately, at that time, I didn't have a real plan, and me having 2 babies and a spouse, you know what I mean? That it just it wouldn't work. Like, and again, that was my mindset. I know people do it and people are successful, but that just was my mindset at the time. So I don't want to knock anybody that decides to do that. I just say just have a real thorough plan, and then have a plan for a plan. You know what I mean? A, B, and C.
yeah, but all of that too, that's what we learn in the military. Whenever you do something, you always have to have a backup plan and a backup plan, right? What we say in the army, check the checker.
Check the
So we always,
checker.
yeah, we always got to do that. We always got to be able to make sure there's, even if it's just a problem here, we can come over or overcome that problem with another solution.
And I want to ask both of y'all current sergeant first classes in the military. What would you say for the current specialist that's about to take on, sergeant rank? Like, what would you say some of the qualities that they need to have to be a great leader?
I guess I knocks that flow for that.
Ah man. Be open, right? Don't be smug. Don't be what's the word I'm looking for? Arrogant, right? You can learn from the lowest person all the way up to the highest person, right? Whatever advice they may have, whatever experience they may have, you can learn from that, right? I had a conversation yesterday. It was like it was NCODP. And I'm in a joint environment, so we had airmen, Marines, right, and Army. And one of the sergeant first classes mentioned like, hey, mentorship. We were talking about mentorship, and they mentioned like, hey, a mentor should be somebody that is successful and where you want to be. And I see the point, right? But that to me, my mentor doesn't have to be successful, right? They just not need to know how to get there, because you got to remember these people might have been successful at one point and then somewhere slipped. So they have all the experience of failure, of success, and all that you can learn from. So I would tell a new E4, right, depending on sergeant, first find a mentor, right? Whatever that person's gonna be, wherever their level is, find a mentor. Because like I said, you can learn from the lowest person to the highest person, right? And then also be open, right? But also challenge yourself, and then challenge your subordinates as well. Don't let the easy route be, you know what I mean, the only route.
Yeah. And I would piggyback on that. Some of the times I tell people, I said, don't let the rank go to your head, because if you're a humble person and you can learn a lot from everybody. Like a lot of times you can tell when we were down range, bro. Boy, there's a lot of time we were doing stuff, and I was a PFC, you were a specialist, but when Sergeant Vanier, Sergeant Knox were asking for input and stuff like that, they listen to everybody. They listen to everybody, and they listen and say, okay, this idea, and they didn't just choose the idea because that person was an E4 or E5 or whatever. They chose the idea they thought that was the right idea. Those are the people we call true leaders, because they're analyzing the information that is coming to them, not just or making a decision based on feeling. You know what I'm saying? Okay, man, E4 can't tell E5 what to do. No, it's not he's telling what to do, but he's making a contribution to whatever task that is at hand. So yeah.
But jump on that little. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was I even seen it where like a specialist would have an idea and bring it to the sergeant, and the sergeants take full credit the idea. And he was like, "Hey man, you shot me out." I was like, "Nah, man, I came up with that." What you mean? I just literally said that. But
and you find
yeah,
that
man.
not just in the army, in life in general. A lot of times people take other people's thing and then run around with like it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? But It is what it is at the end of the day,
And it's
because
like,
some people will be like that.
yeah. I just asked y'all too that question was just because y'all are great leaders. Thanks. I feel like y'all are great leaders. Like I
You know,
experienced, starting
I
out,
want, yeah. I wanted to
great
add to
leaders.
that a little bit,
Go
that
ahead.
conversation. And if I could remember what, because I had it in my head. Golly, I had it. I had it. I lost it. I lost it.
It was good.
I
You,
lost.
With
you say you work for DLA?
Yes, yes.
Where you stationed at?
Fort Belvoir.
Oh boy, you got that spot.
Yeah, yeah.
Got that spot.
So, like I said, I think, and this is just for the Foxtrots in general, right? All of us were Foxtrots. All of us went to AIT. I think we missed out on a lot of information. I think, and I recently was at Fort Gregg Adams in a class, sitting in a course, and it was I can't think of the chief's name. It's a CW5 that was in class with me, and some of the chief, the word like you're a gas pumper. You're a gas pumper. We don't think about all the opportunities that can come with that, because all we see is this PIMIT, this JP8, and these equipment that we got to fuel up, right? The knowledge that comes in it with the aviation piece, the testing and sampling, all that stuff, granted, is a big part as well. The accountability and all that stuff, and all that is great knowledge to have when you look at it from where I'm at in the DLA standpoint, because those civilian folks, those are opportunities that we aren't tracking. I found out about a DLA in 2022 from my first sergeant who had happened to work at DLA. I knew nothing about it. 2022 was what, 2 years ago. I was 18 years in when I found out about DLA, right? So we need to do a job. And for you, Kali, as a recruit, especially going in the recruiter world, I know it's hard to tell people on logistics. But when you talk about federal government, you talk about GS and the money to be made and the opportunities to have, it stands out versus, hey, I want to adventure, I want to be the infantry soldier, or I want to be the mechanic. Like, we got to think again from a recruiter standpoint that whole this trying to get these soldiers or these training.
Boy, it looked like Sergeant Knox took over from you.
Sorry,
Man, you're in there, suck
my
your
bad.
ass, Sergeant Knox. You sound
I
like a
see how
robot.
I'm gonna mute my mic now.
I
No,
see
you
how
good. You good. Where you at?
oh, they driving. I see
I'm
the
actually
trees
in the
moving in the
truck
background.
with my
Oh,
wife.
you drive.
We just
You
left
drive.
the gym, man.
But wait,
I think is the reception.
that class you were talking about at Greg Adams, is it the JPC class?
No, it's the J20. I know the Joint Petroleum. I'm trying to get set up for that one too, but it was the J20, which is
Okay. Yeah, and let me be honest with you, I went to the JPC class, and I like I said, DLA knew nothing about DLA.
it's but still DOD, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hear. I just heard DOD. That was it. You're not hearing nothing.
Oh man,
I
I'm
just heard
about to park
DOD.
somewhere. Hold
I,
on,
I could tell
I'm
you
about to
want
park
a
somewhere.
response.
Trust me, hey,
I could
trust me. We used to this. Boy over
yeah,
there,
yeah.
never had
Hey,
good
I'm
internet.
happy, man. I'm just happy I'm moving, man. I'm good.
You moving up to this, sorry, boy.
I had to come to the apartment to get some good internet, I guess. Wait.
Yeah, but
Can y'all hear me?
yeah, we hearing you
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you good.
Do I need to repeat anything, or am I good?
Nah, we just go far because if you repeat it, we'll be here for another 20 minutes.
My bad. Oh, my bad.
No, we just messing with you. Nah, we just messing with you.
Hey,
No, but I would say we had a
hey,
great experience. Like you've been very influential in our lives, going down range with you, being down in Afghanistan, even on full brag, getting guidance. I remember, I'm gonna tell you a story that's hard not to remember. I think it was a weekend. Or I think it was Sergeant Knox or Sergeant Vineyard, one of the two, right? So usually we'll get a 4-day weekend, and we got a 4-day weekend, right? So it started on a Friday. So Thursday was like a Friday, and I took pass to go to Maryland, and my pass on starts at Friday, right? So on Thursday, man, I'm like, well, ain't nobody gonna ask me where I'm about to leave. I'm about to hit the road on Thursday, bro. I'm like 20 minutes in, bro, to Maryland. They don't call me, hey, you gotta come sign this counseling. So, oh my God. So I gotta turn the fuck around. So I turn around, I'll be right there. And then 20 minutes later, I stay in show. I was like, where the hell you at? I say, I'm coming, son.
That was me. That wasn't me.
No, I think it was Sarvania. I don't think it was you, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, that
dang,
was me.
that's the trouble, sir. Hey, we just had Maldonado watching.
Okay.
Maldonado, yeah, he's on there watching.
Man, I never forget. Hey, Charlie, I never forget. I don't know what was going on, but something was going on. They was looking for me. Not my squad leader. It was Knox who was looking for me. This dude, I parked was in the motor pool. I didn't park in a normal parking spot. I parked far away so nobody would find me. How did you knock on my window? Sorry, not. So what are you doing? I'm like, you're not even my squad leader. Can you leave me alone? He's like, I need you. I'm like, okay.
Bro, them sergeant know how to find them privates, huh?
No, it was him. It was him because Sergeant Vineyard was over me. He wasn't about to walk and look for me. He wasn't about to walk and look for me.
So this is the thing we miss out on, though. Like, okay, me as a sergeant, I'm a sergeant. I'm an NCO.
Yeah.
You might not be my soldier, but I'm still a sergeant. I'm an NCO, right? And this is where honestly, this is where we lose out on. Soldiers and even NCOs make that mistake. Like, and that's what weakens the core. Because if a sergeant says something, sergeant said, I don't care who your squad leader is. Like, we don't. I don't care. Like authority is authority, right? You don't have to be under me.
Yeah.
This guideline, this regulation gives me authority over you, no matter if you're not my soldier or not. If you don't belong, if I don't counsel you and all that stuff, like that doesn't matter. And I don't know how and when. Yeah, I don't know when that went left. Like I don't know how we confuse that.
You see, that's the thing that you said. That's what's weak in the core because nowadays, it's my soldier. No, I'm an NCO. That's everybody's soldier. Because and it's not even just in the military too. It's talking about the entire world we live in because where I'm from, West Africa, we say a village built raised a child, right? So in Africa, if a child is doing something wrong, you don't have to be the parent of that child to correct that child. You know what I'm saying? But here in America, you can't go correct another person's child. So it's the same thing that goes into the military, right? Oh, that's my soldier, so you don't got the right to correct him. But if we allow other people to, and if that person is saying the right thing, then that shouldn't be a problem. If they're saying the wrong thing, then you can address that issue. But we just see it like, oh, it's mine, so you can't touch it. Nah, sometimes you need other people to be able to help you out, correct, or at least influence the people around you.
Boy, you was a different animal.
So
yeah.
No, I was gonna hit on what you just said. Like it's crazy. You just have to know your surroundings because you could be like as simple as seeing a teenager. I give an example in my hometown. I saw a teenager on my old street I used to live on. I was like, "Hey man, Sherrod." I was like, "Hey man, you don't have to walk around like that. You just pick up your pants, man. You good, man. You're gonna do great things in life." He was like, keep moving before you get fired on. I'm like, get fired on? I was like, oh, let me just keep going. I don't got time for this extra stuff.
Well, you see, that's the thing I'm saying. Now look at that scenario, right? If we had a community where people, it's acceptable for people to correct kids, that kid would have never said what he said to you. But Everybody
Yeah,
nowadays is
nah,
so in the feelings, right? About every freaking thing.
yeah. Keep moving before you get fired. I'm like,
Next
dang,
time,
just
Zara,
for
don't say shit. Just keep moving, Zara. You don't gonna get fired over some goddamn pins, bro.
I'm like, dang.
Oh yeah, boy got shot because he thought somebody put the pants on, Zara.
Yeah, trying to say you're gonna be great in life. You're gonna do great things. Straw ain't it, you know. You're gonna make it out. You know, you don't want to hear that. But
Like, what's that? Lead the horse to water.
We getting forced to the drink. But anyway, oh sorry,
no.
Knox. You remember SOS?
SOS.
Support our soldiers. They were like it's a non-profit organization that used to send us care package when we were in Afghanistan. Do you remember them?
Was
Texas.
that the lady from Texas?
Yes,
That
yes.
Broom and a bunch of y'all was close with?
Yeah, definitely. She
Yeah.
used to send us care packet and whatever. I think the first packet I got through was Transylvania. He was like, "Hey, write this lady," because I wasn't getting packets, when I was old. And then I wrote her, and she started sending us packets. When I got packet for her when I was in Afghanistan, and I got packet for her when I was in the Middle East,
Mhm.
for my deployment and stuff like that. Yeah, but we're just bringing it out here. We're planning on doing a fundraiser for her organization.
Mhm.
November 11th, so that's Veterans Day. It's going to be on a Monday.
Mhm.
We're going to try to start around about from like a 12 to 1 o'clock. We just want to let you know. We'll probably send you an invite if you want to come on and
Okay.
contribute in every way possible. We appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we said a little bit in where I'm from. We say a little bit of drop. Every drop makes a mighty ocean. Is that what they say? Yeah, something like that.
Sound good to me.
It don't have to be anything big, anything crazy, but we're just gonna raise this whatever we can to be able to support her and her organization because she continued to support troops downrange, and then none of us are downrange right now, and probably will not go downrange anytime soon. So, but we still got soldiers that are down there that we can be able to support in any way possible.
I got you.
And if you listen to Kamala, it's nobody downrange right now. So you listen to her. So I'm
She lied about
just
that.
saying, just want to throw that out there.
Wrong crowd, sir.
She lied
Wrong
about
crowd.
that. We got people in Syria, bro. We got people in. If you're in Kuwait, I think you're downrange, on. Let's be honest with you. Ain't nobody want to be over there.
Hey,
I got a captain that that may go down there. I don't know. Excuse me, OPSEC. Sorry. I actually tried to go there instead of DLA. They gave me DLA instead.
So if they gave you DLA over there, so when I went to JPC, there was a female. She worked for DLA and she's over in Bahrain. That's why you try to go. You need to go over to Bahrain. Not know
Was she a military or a civilian?
civilian.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
talked to some folks in Bahrain. I had some folks in class with me when I was over there that was from Bahrain. I had the deputy chief, was it deputy commander, deputy director, whatever, from the Middle East for DLA Energy that was
Yep.
in class with me. And a
If you
bunch of his
get a
guys.
civilian job, go down there, man.
Yeah, no, me and my wife just discussed that whole overseas. Like, I'm trying to avoid that with a passion, my guy. She said I can go. She said I can go. Just bring her some money.
Huh. But hey, trust me. The lady I
bring
saw,
us some money then.
the lady I'm talking about, right? She was down
Yeah,
there, and she had a family over there. She had a condo, like
yeah.
a 5-star condo. She had a family living in Bahrain. It's just like Dubai. Have you ever been to Dubai before?
I haven't, but I do know that these guys were telling me that they have like maids and cooks and all that stuff. Yeah,
They live the life over there. I was in Dubai for 6 months deployment. Lovely deployment. It didn't feel like a deployment. I promise you that. I feel like a vacation, bro.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
nice. It was great.
So it's not like I wouldn't take a trip or go. I don't want to be state like when it comes to DLA because DLA is all over the place, overseas included, and I would go. You know what I mean, like TDY, but I don't want to be stationed, right?
I can.
So yeah,
And I'm telling you that I came out to recruiting. That was one of the things that actually motivated me to come back to recruiting. I mean, I did pretty good. I'm not afraid of recruiting, but you know, wife and kid, and I was like, you know what? If I go recruiting, I'm guaranteed to come home every night by His grace. As long as God said I'm gonna make it home, I'll make it home. That's one of the things. You know, that's one opportunity that I saw, and I was like, I'm gonna take this. I did good in recruiting. I was averaging at least 22 contract a year, so that wasn't bad. So I was like, you know what? Let's go to Minnesota. Let's see if we can do it in the core. I got family up there.
Hey, are you planning on being a center leader when you get there, or is that even the structure anymore?
At this point, I'm not converted yet, so I'm not a 79 Romeo, but it depends on what position they put me. So I would probably be like maybe I could hold a deputy station commander position, and I would still have to come to the station commander course and stuff like that. But at this point in time, I'm going as a volunteer regular recruiter, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in boots. Sorry.
I tell you one experience that stood out too. I had the opportunity to have young Tabor work in my office with me. Yeah. He made my last year interesting, man. So it was good. It was good to see him at that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because everybody remember PFC Tabor, you know, the attitude in Afghanistan and back at Bragg, and here he is now, Sergeant Tabor, coming into office recruiting with me, and me taking him to the promotion board and seeing him get that staff sergeant. You know what I mean? So it was a good experience from that standpoint. That was one of the good experiences from it. But yeah.
So I got a question for you. I know you were saying about the numbers, and you didn't make that master sergeant. If they gave you master sergeant next month, are you going to stay or are you going to get out?
So my plan was already to stay past 20 anyway, right?
Mhm.
And mainly so was Master Sergeant was a part of that, of course. But like I told one of my boys, Master Sergeant Wright, right, who's about to retire, and me and him had a conversation when I first got to Hunter, like, hey man, would you go over 20? And I said, first thing, if I'm comfortable. Meaning I'm comfortable, I'm not stressed. Why not? It's at the end of the day, it's still a paycheck, right?
Gotcha.
It is. We can talk service and all that, but at the end of the day, it's still a paycheck. And if I'm comfortable, I'm not stressed out, why not?
So what if DLA was to give you a contract?
So this is the conundrum that I'm in now, because there are directors and division chiefs that are like kind of sending me like little subtle offers, right? And it's like you weigh that with staying in the military, and it's like, is it really worth it? Because you got to remember, I work with a lot of veterans, right? And these veterans, like case in point, there's a Mr. Jones that I work with in operations, retired E7 in the Air Force over years ago, right? Spent 20 years in the Air Force, and now has been at DLA for like 25 years. This guy's a GS-14, step 10, right? 100% disabled. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's 60 something right now. So by the time he retired, he can literally draw Social Security kind of at this point. So we got to think, man, this man is bringing in easily over 200K, well over 200K a year.
I'd be, yep.
Yeah, like, so it's like, did I stress myself out with trying to make this, or you know what I mean? Just go ahead and and check that block. You know what I mean? Go ahead and drop those papers.
Trust me, I say, hey, you already did your 20, you did your time, you serve honorable time, and if that DLA coming with that paycheck, double that, I'm out, bro.
So on that note, what I think is it may happen, it might not happen. Like, you know what I mean? We don't know what the board is looking for or whatnot, but like they hit last night, and I told my wife this morning I was upset, I was frustrated, right?
Yeah.
She could see it in my face. I ain't blowing up, whatever, but she could see it because of the energy and the time I'm putting into this, and the fact that they got to on mail number 61.
Yeah.
61. I am 67, right? And I'm sitting here.
Wait, what about the dude at 62? He's in my office.
Is he?
Yeah, he and I we work together. Number 62 is in my office. He said when he looked at the number, he
Yeah.
like
Well,
literally almost
yeah.
cried, bro.
Yeah. And my wife just said, she said, I just said that. And she did say something like, what about the guy that's 62? And I respect it. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's so close. And then
Bro,
they
and
just
I'm
pull
gonna
it
tell you this,
Monday.
man. I'm gonna tell you this. The dude that's number 62, outstanding NCO.
Mhm.
This is, I think, his third look, whatever. But every time it came to his number, it was always a year out. He had to go rebuild and not out. He was like, he was at the point he was like, he was about to drop his retirement pack because he can't be doing this shit.
So,
But
so I
think he's
told
gonna make it. Y'all gonna make it.
I told myself from now until I would say July of next year, if it don't
You gonna make it.
happen,
You're at 67. You gonna make it. It's
well,
a wrap.
you would see that's the thing. You got to remember, man. Like if you look at the past, previous trends, whatever, they get up to a certain number and then they just stop promoting, and then they wait to the next list. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I know, but I don't think because I think they have moved faster. Because my boy was telling me too that within that numbers that from 1 to 61, right? They've only promoted 24 people.
yeah, which is
So
shocking.
that's correct. What that means, some of the people that are ahead of you as far as the number wise, either they didn't meet the time and grade, or they need to do some other crap to be. And that's the thing I see about that whole promotion process is if that that sucker is not meeting the why put him ahead?
Exactly.
I've had a same
And
situation when I made 7, right?
yeah,
I was 28 on the list, and motherfuckers who were like I know I was eligible to promote were promoting before me. I'm like, this shit don't fucking matter.
so this is the other part that kind of hurts, right? And it takes nothing from them. So there's two names on that list that I think they're 92 alphas that I know personally that were subordinates to me, and they made it, right?
Yeah.
And granted, different MOS, got it. But I'm going in the building on Monday to find one of those alphas and congratulate him because one, I like the guy, and that's the right way to do things. Like I'm not going to hold a grudge because it's not his fault,
Yeah.
and I wish him nothing but the best. But like for me to sit there and stand like, hey, like come on, like and the foxtrot thing, like I get it, we foxes, but that's getting real old, man.
But then they combine us with the Lemans. Because the number 66, he's a Lehman. He's in my office. So I got the 61 to 66. One is a fewer, and then 66, who is ahead of you, he's a fucking Lehman.
Well, he's a Lima, but he a fox now. But
yeah. But I'm just saying,
yeah, man.
That kind of took away because if they were not in that pool, your number could have been 65.
Yeah. So I know, man, and talking to some buddies of mine that have retired or in the process retire, they hey, grass is greener. And at some point in time, man, enough is enough. You're gonna just take that. I'm gonna have to take it because, like I said in the beginning, we all gotta leave one day. So, my thing is, I want to put myself, my family on the best possible footing before I make that decision. And like I said, I'm comfortable right now, right? Because one, I'm not deploying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm in the office. I don't have no subordinates under me, right? And in a sense, I miss that. I do, but I'm comfortable. Like the
You're
stress
chilling right now,
real low.
in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. So like I take the opportunity to network with the civilians that I work with, you know what I mean? So I could be one day one of those GS-14s, you know what I mean, successful out here. Like so, and that's why I stand. So
there, so we won't be like, boy, man, he out here making all that money. You know, he's a YouTube sensation, got over 1 million views and shit.
Yeah.
But wife, she had did the calculation, I think it was a few weeks ago. She was like, we spent 10,000 last week. Wait, last week? And she was just like, because this is so much money that come in, and I don't buy nothing. I got pretty much everything. It's nothing for me to want right now. Listen to car, another car.
You spent 10,000 on what, son?
She had a list. It was a list. I don't remember the list, but she showed it to me. I
I
was
want to be
like,
like you when I grow
God.
But,
I mean, we all gonna be great. Trust me, y'all get out, y'all gonna be great as well.
Yeah, we
Hopefully,
won't be great,
so,
but
I
you're
have all
great.
the answers.
Great.
so this is the concern. This from a military standpoint, right? It's always that feeling of not knowing. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure, boy, you went through it. I know you went through it, and you adapted. You made
Yeah.
it happen. And we're all gonna go through it, but it's just that feeling of not knowing. I'm sitting here comfortable, knowing I
Mm.
everything is situated and guaranteed here. But as
Yeah.
soon as I drop that paperwork, I don't know what my retire. I know I can kind of have a sense of what my retirement looks like, as far as my from the army, right? But I have no sense of what the VA may look like, right? That's a gamble. I don't know what the job outlook per
You
se
know,
looks like,
I
right?
have a problem with that, right? If you did 20, there should be no confusion about how many percent, what your percentage should be. It should be automatic 100%. There's no way you tell me somebody did 20 years in the army and there's nothing wrong with it. That's not possible.
So unfortunately, when we talk about funding, you know what I mean? It's all money at the end of the day. We
True that,
just
but
don't give it away.
I don't think a 20-year veteran, somebody did 20 years in the army, and you telling me, oh, you want to get like 90%? Like, bro, are you freaking kidding me? Motherfucker who did, excuse my French, but the people who did like 4 or 5 years
Or
can get 100%.
2, 6 months.
Yeah.
Listen, I've seen it all too.
And I
And you
did
know
20
what?
years. You're gonna ask me for all kinds of paperwork? Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
But you know what I say to that? I tell those folks the 6 months, the 4 years, 2 whatever. Hey, if they say you earned it, you earned it. I don't, maybe more blessing, more power to you. I hope you use it in the right way. I just know when it's my time, I want the same love.
Yeah.
And that's all I say. So I don't care about your time. Hey, if you got it, hey, congratulations. God bless you. Make the most of it, right? But
Yeah.
when it's my time, like you said, Kylie, hey, I don't want to deal with the hassle and all that stuff. Like, listen,
20
I
years
gave you,
for me,
yeah,
20 years is an automatic, man. 20 years is an automatic. I don't care if you were a 42 alpha or a paper pusher or whatever. You have been in military vehicle, in and out, dismount, mount. Those things take a toll on your body. I promise you, 20 years ain't no joke. People don't get it. They think 20 years, okay, we get out the army and we're getting all this money. But 20 years where you got to wake up every day from Monday to Friday, 05:30, go to PT, run 2, 3, 4 miles a day. You do the math. It's not easy. But at the end of the day, we make these sacrifices because we know what is at the end. Because it's like the rainbow. The rainbow, you expect the goal to be at the end, right?
gotta
And
get there.
there we go. So we got to get there. And when we get there, we want to see gold. We don't want to see silver. So when I'm coming,
Hey,
VA, be ready now. I'm just saying.
hey, just remember, VA don't care about the physical, like the body. They care about up here
Yeah.
in your noggin. But
Let's be honest with you.
I'm telling you,
Anybody that did 20 years in the army, you may not have a severe PTSD, but you will have some kind of a PTSD because when you go to a building, the first thing you're looking for is the exit. You never sit down with your back turned against the door. You always have that edge on you, always looking for the way out, or you always looking. You're suspicious of everybody, because that's what we do. You see something, you say
hey,
something. Always looking out for what is wrong in every environment you're in. So.
hey, all you do is bring up what happened to you in June of 2012. To bring that up, and that's the reason why you like you are today, all them years
Man,
ago. So,
I can bring out what happened to me in April or March of 2005, or was it May of 2006?
Oh,
I
you
get
remember?
it.
yeah,
Me and Sarge Knox were always in some kind of a life and death situation. We were at Chimkani over there. We
Yeah,
sitting there chilling.
yeah,
Bro, boom, boom.
yeah.
He was like, "Yo, that's outgoing, like song. That song sound like an outgoing song." And we go out there. We got to run to the bunker, bro. And these motherfuckers were shelling us, bro. Rockets were flying over us. Yeah, I was like, "What the, bro?" We had to hunger down. Yeah, they both were trying to kill us, bro. 2 times now. I remember me and Sergeant Nas were always in that situation, bro. Every time I was about to get, I was about to
I
Oh,
pass
think
on.
you bad
Connie.
luck, Collie.
Nah, man. I
I
think
think you bad luck, man.
but hey, let's go back to the Pat, man. He was my fire guard, bro. I remember he was a fire guard. I would never forget that day. The day is so fresh in my brain. He was my fire guard. I was topping up the bird, and Durham was working the pump. And go in there, hook up the CCR. We were topping up a OH-58, the Kiowas. And for some reason, the bag had air in it. So because of that, when we were putting fuel in it, it kind of swelled up and it just pop out. But when that thing pop out, I said I was God, man. I just took that nozzle to the ground like that. And Durham said he saw the fuse splash on the ground. He just automatically, before he saw Nas could do this, bro, he turned the damn machine off. The pilot fucking turned off the helicopter. And I was shook and fuel from head to toe. Sorry.
So the
And
messed up part, and I don't mean to cut you off, but the messed up part is me and Broom. That shit happened to me and Broom in Dan Batant or Chimp County, one of the
Connie,
places,
yeah.
like a week or 2 weeks before that one happened. And like they blaming me and Broom because the mission can't happen. The pilots are soaked in fuel. They had to ground the bird and all this stuff. They're blaming me and Broom, but honestly, it was the aircraft.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah,
So
they did an investigation. They did an investigation. They thought I was at fault when they could have
Mhm.
found out the bag because they're supposed to service and release all the extra air in it, and they
Mhm.
didn't do it. So it's their fault. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I thought I was gonna die that day. If
Yeah.
I had fell backwards, yeah, I would have died that day. I would have burned to death because the engine right there. The engine right there. And you know, we had an NCO never liked to refill Kiowas, bro. Anybody tell me who that was?
Who was that? Pitchford?
Sarvinia. He said he never liked
Oh,
the fucking Kiowa.
Oh,
He had an
okay.
accident with it before, and he
yeah.
was afraid of them fucking helicopters, man. When it came to it, he was always pulling the fire guys.
I don't blame him, man.
Mhm.
I don't even want to touch Kiowas after those two events. So and then you know, when we got back, we had the ball. And I remember this person, like I don't even remember her name, but I remember seeing her as we was leaving in September to go out there. A real attractive pilot. She was a pilot, black female.
You talking about
And
somebody?
every time she would land at the FARP, she would just be like Kool-Aid smile, right?
Yeah.
And like I remember for a time we stopped seeing her. And then when we went to the ball that year when we got back and they did the whole the table, you know what I mean, for the
Yeah.
fallen soldier
Yeah.
ceremony and they put all the pictures on the screen.
Yeah.
She was a Kyle pilot and her bird went down. And I was like, that's crazy. That was crazy.
She was once with 117. 117.
Yeah.
And she I think she was from Africa. She was an immigrant and came to the United States. I think she's from Kenya.
Mhm.
And she became she was actually a whiskey. She was a water dog and then converted over to become a pilot.
Mhm.
And there was an accident and she and her co-pilot died that year. So I think it was the same year we were down there. We were 2012.
It was because, like I said, they did the ceremony, and she was one of the pictures on there. I thought that shit was crazy, man.
Oh yeah, it was crazy, man. We had some like, and there was another incident that happened over there. I remember the Africans that used to go around cutting the grass and stuff like that.
Mhm.
One of the dude that I used to talk to all the time, he was riding around. There was an incoming. His truck got blown up. Crazy, man. I tell everybody every day we tell God thank you we're here because
Yep.
we have had a close call, bro, multiple
Yeah.
times, not just once.
So y'all remember when we was down there was a situation with the staff sergeant, I think in Bagram. He went out and killed these women and children in the village or whatever.
We heard about that.
All right, so I actually worked with one of the soldiers in his platoon, and he kind of gave me the backstory of what happened. I found that was pretty crazy. Like apparently he had lost one of his soldiers the day before that day, right? And
Yeah.
he went out there to retaliate. Unfortunately, he shot up a bunch of women and children. but his mind, you know what I mean? The mind just what it was.
He got
You
mad
know what I mean?
for losing the
Yeah.
soldier, and then just he went all Rambo and shit.
Mm.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Hey, with Frank Knox, man, we want to thank you. Thank
I
you.
kind of took over your
Coming
cat.
on,
I'm sorry.
joining, man. Say again.
I kind of took over. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to do all that.
No. We appreciate you. We appreciate
Yeah.
you taking the time.
But we hope
stopping your workout.
But we hope you have the time to come back on November 11th, at least with a donation or something towards SOS. We're definitely going to start pushing this out. So definitely, we'll be reaching back out to you, and just kind of giving a timeline where we're gonna execute this fundraiser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I definitely appreciate the opportunity to come on. I'll definitely, if given the chance, I'll do it again. You guys just gotta let
if
me
you
know.
have anything you would like to share, reach out to us. We definitely want to use this platform.
I do. Since my wife over here is got her own little media type company or media company, maybe some opportunities for you guys to get on her platform and kind of share your vision and your ideas. All right. So
Definitely.
talk to you guys offline about it and see if we can make something happen.
Definitely. We would love to do that.
Tell her, yeah, of course. Yeah. So
cool. I know media sensation over here, young Boyd. So yeah.
Boy, this boy got 1.5 million views, man. He's out there making the money, man.
Yeah.
I want the $1.5 million though. I ain't getting that. The views is cool. I want the money too.
Man, I tell you the other day, this guy, he just made one comment on my post. One of my posts my wife did for her organization. And we got like 10,000 views, man. I'm like, dang.
So I'm curious to know offline what your wife's organization is. And like I said, it'd be a good way to connect y'all with my wife.
So she has a nonprofit. It's called Robin and Liza Foundation. We work to supporting domestic violence victims because she lost her sister to the domestic violence. Her sister got murdered in 2008. So because of that, she started an organization where she want to be an influence and help people with scholarship in any way possible. Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime, anywhere we can support you guys, hey, be open for it, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what we're here for, man. To support one another, bringing everybody up, man. Because, like I said, you can't do it by yourself. Like there's a saying, "No man is an island." Yep. If you're an island, you just.
I was gonna say, Knox, tell your wife to keep it up. I've been seeing her pop up, videos. Tell her keep it up. You're doing a good job.
Yeah. Kool-Aid smile. Kool-Aid smile.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys,
y'all enjoy your Saturday.
Y'all know I'm in the barracks. Y'all know I'm in the barracks, so I gotta go to the DFAC and get some food. So I'm about to bounce.
Oh man.
Y'all see, I'm in the barracks, guys. I'm in the barracks room. You remember barracks room? Come on, guys.
It's humbling. It's humbling.
Yo,
all right.
I'm gonna tell you the story, right? So I got back here and I go into the DFAC and I didn't even know how the DFAC look. I gotta pick up the tray, pick up the spoon, the knife, all that, bro. I ain't missing in a minute, man. But peace out, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. And thanks you, Sarnox, for coming on and say hi to your family and best of luck.
Yeah.
Send me y'all, man. Thanks for having me. Yep, you go.
All right.